5:30 and we call the meeting to order. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. In your packet, you see the previous minutes from May 9th. Oh, sorry. Thank you, David. Can I have a roll call, please?
Joe.
Here.
Cindy.
Here.
Dave.
Here.
Dennis.
Present.
Frank.
Here.
Nancy.
Here.
Sue.
Here.
In your packet, you get the previous minutes from the May 9th, 2016 Township Board meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from Monday, May 9th with any corrections or changes.
Support.
I have a motion to support. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item 4, bills. In your packet with the additional bill that we just got. David?
I would like to make a motion to approve paying the bills in the total of $18,498.44.
Mine's showing
Mine's
17.
You just got an added bill to you, copy of an added bill of $1,169 for work down at the senior center.
Oh, okay.
And it needs to be paid before the next meeting, so that's why it was a last minute
right.
addition.
Wow.
We just need to have approval to pay.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support. Any discussion on the bills?
Yep, down towards the middle, that Waldorf one for storm drain. Why didn't the county pick that up?
Well, it's my understanding that's going to be billed to the homeowner.
Oh,
That was a Fair Road break that we had on a Thursday afternoon. It wasn't actually a break, it was an overflow in the drainage ditch. And to my understanding, $31.60 is being paid by us and reimbursed by the property owner.
oh, okay.
Do a roll call? Oh, how about a roll call on the bills?
Joe.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes.
Dave.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Frank.
Yes.
Nancy.
Yes.
Sue.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Treasurer's report.
I would like to just present the treasurer's report as it is in your packet. Just a couple of notes. Our general fund is up about $250,000, actually $253,88, $87.15. Overall, we're at a grand total of $4,227,040.93. That's up just over $618,000. So we're still in pretty good shape as it stands right now.
Building report.
The building report is included in your board packet. Building permits that have been issued since our last board meeting or since May 1st come to a total of 53 permits. We had a total amount of $7,755. Year to date, 203 permits at a total of $36,135.
Any questions on the building report? How about the library report?
Okay. We had a 2-day book sale at the library, and we made $2,200, and there was over 400 people that did show up for this sale. Now, the entire floor of the library has been totally recarpeted. And on August 2nd, the primary voting day, the Genesee District Library will be asking to renew their millage. And this is only a renewal, and it will not increase your taxes. Another thing, story time with Miss Susan has been very popular with the children. And that's it.
Thank you. It's exceptional that they replaced the entire carpeting just for book sales.
That's right. And well, we helped a little, the board did, but mostly it was due to the friends.
Friends of the library. Senior Center report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A few things on our list here. We do have a website now. It's clioasc.org. It is up and running. On the very front page, we have an interactive calendar, so people can choose things based upon their interest, categories of events, classes, health and recreation, care groups, general things, and also private events. We also now have email and regular communication with people, so we feel like we're in the 21st century finally, or maybe the 20th century. Our programming is expanding. Our July calendar will have 15 new events, including sign language classes, some activity and card games. We have some trips planned, some concerts, and a few presentations for our folks. This year, we've been able to hand out 41 Senior Project Fresh coupon books. And at the moment, I have 9 remaining in my office. If we run out of those, we create a waiting list, and if the county still has more, they will give them to us. It's been very welcomed by our folks at this point. We have a new computer in, and it is up and operational. It's at the front desk when you walk in. It's a large touch screen, and people can see it fairly well. It's only been in operation for 8 days, and it's gathering our statistics. We've had 230 participants in the last 8 days, 22 volunteers, and a total of 702 duplicated seniors. We don't really want that duplicate, well, we want all the numbers, but the one that we're after is at 240,
The newest
or
ones.
230, excuse me.
Right.
We're pressing forward. We've recently partnered with Starbucks in Birch Run to receive their end of the day pastries and sandwiches and cold packs and that kind of stuff for distribution to our seniors at no cost. We pick up from them 3 days a week, and it's also been very welcomed by our folks. Our application for the Genesee County Senior Services funding for 16 and 17 is due this Friday. I'm about 90% ready to submit. A few things I have yet to finish. Unfortunately, we only qualify for level 2, which you are very aware of. And our funding from the county for next year is approximately $113,000 based on participation up to March of this year. We fully anticipate and have a target goal of getting back to that level 3 for next year. And our next executive board meeting is on Wednesday of this week. We have moved to the 3rd Wednesday of the month. We're doing 3 board meetings back to back, so that the people, it's all the same group of people, but they have an advisory meeting and an event meeting, and then the open public meeting at 2 o'clock. And this week, we will have elections of new board members as well as new officers. And the final thing on my list in capital bold letters is, we're having fun.
Bruce, 2 things. Last year, do you recall how many coupons were handed out?
0.
Thank you. And the second thing is, the website was designed by?
Lady from, somebody, I'll have to look. A friend of mine through church, actually. She has done work corporately for Chrysler and PepsiCo and so on. Has a very big resume behind her name. And she developed it for us within a matter of 3 or 4 days. We had some glitches in it in the operation piece on cell phones, because the calendar would only show you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we have all that taken care of. It's been very helpful.
I would like her name, if you think it would be possible for me to have a discussion with her about our website here.
Absolutely.
And the last thing, has Stacy asked you to write any article for our?
She did,
Okay, thank you.
and she gave me till Friday to have it done.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you. Any questions for Bruce? Hearing none, Fire Authority, any discussion, any comments?
Yeah, just quick, Carrie's here, the chief. Three of you went to South Dakota to look at the new truck. If you want to give a little, just what you've seen and where that's at, Carrie, that would.
We went to South Dakota, Sioux Falls, and put the truck in the midpoint, that's what they call it. The chassis and frame's all set. The body is on and painted, and they're getting ready to start placing a lot of the lights down the side and the wiring in that and stuff. So probably going out within the next month, the final or so sometime in July or so. I told them we wanted it by the 1st August, and that's what we're working for.
Who drives it back?
They do. They it right back to Michigan, they'll do a little bit of lettering here, and then they deliver it right to us.
Oh, that's good.
Warranty doesn't start until it's delivered.
Yeah, the dealership is actually up in Saginaw, right? Freeland, yeah. The other thing with the fire department, there's, one, it's an ongoing process to try to get people to join the fire department. I mean, they're down in numbers and all that. Carrie's been working diligently with everybody, trying to recruit people. And also with that, the amount of safety issues coming up with cancers and all that. They've gone to classes and everything else and posting things at the fire hall now with preventative actions to help with the cancer, because over years now, they finally collect enough data of firefighters and issues that they're having. So it's a difficult task. Like I said, anybody that knows anyone that might want to be a firefighter, have them contact Carrie.
Any questions on the fire authority report? Hearing none. Oh, yes,
Is that a
there
Pierce unit?
No, it's a Rosenbauer is the name of it.
Oh,
They bought it through a company called Frontline up in Freeland. Yeah.
so it's not a Pierce.
It is not a Pierce. About $125,000 cheaper than a Pierce. Not cheaper, less expensive.
Right.
There's no cheap about it.
That's all I have, Supervisor.
Thank you. BDA report. The BDA met last week. We're coming up with a strategic plan. And as far as a couple other things that are going on at the BDA, we're getting quite a few calls and complaints about the trash overflow in the BDA district. And we're trying to remedy that problem by tomorrow, along the travel line path and through the district itself. So if anybody gets a phone call or is a trustee, refer the call to me, and then I'll refer it to the BDA. Any questions on the BDA? Parks and Recreation.
Well, we named our officers at our last meeting in May, and our chairperson is Bonnie Bear, our secretary is Sue, again, and I'm still the treasurer. We do have an update. We have a security company coming out this Friday that will be going out to the park with us, and we're looking at setting up some kind of security so that when we do the ice rink or anything else in the park, that it'd be an internet-based, and so we'd be able to go back and be able to pull up photos or video or anything that's going on in the park. So, and it's something that we're planning to where it can expand, meaning that if it wants to continue on, if the city of Clio or the township or whoever wants to increase it, because we're looking at the bike path in the future also. So that's what we're looking at. We're just starting, see what they suggest and what the numbers are going to be.
Good news.
Has Parks and Rec looked at teaming with the gazebo here, or adding that, or any discussion as to what they may do with that, if the Parks and Rec would get involved or not? I don't know, I'm just...
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, of promoting it, using it as a, any kind of, because I know the park, rent pavilions, all that kind of stuff, and this is I think it's a nice little spot, but it's there for the use, and I think the more people that know about it, the more organizations get involved, I think the better off it is, so. I just, just something I thought of, a spur of the moment here.
Can people go in there right now without that?
Yeah, you
Even though
see
the
people
dirt-
sitting, they
dirt's
put a
in there and
table in there.
everything? Yeah.
Are they still taking donations?
Yes.
They are still taking donations. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be an ongoing thing, because they want to put a sidewalk in and do some other things there as
Available
well.
then, okay.
So,
All right.
Supervisor's report. Got quite a few things here. Number one, a water rate increase was approved May 18th at the Water and Waste meeting. We're getting the trickle-down effect, but it'll become effective after September 2nd. And there will be a discussion probably at our next meeting on what rate increase that we'll have to pass on. Something, the last time we had a rate increase, the township itself only passed on a proportionate share. More news on that. as we get it. Fairland Road Bridge. They've got final bids in on the Fairland Road Bridge, and they've told me they're going to be starting construction within a month. It'll be posted on our website. The fire department will obviously have to know about it because it'll be an alternate route. Those, again, are no cost to the township. Those are R&R funds. Also, our legislative individuals on the federal level have determined that there no longer will be an exempt status for anybody under 47,000 and some change, and it affects somewhat here in the township, and we'll pass on more information as we come to some conclusions. I have a significant activity log which I get every Monday from the sheriff's office. And I think it's important to note in the minutes that the Cannabis Cup had 0 police calls this year. It concluded yesterday. There is in your areas in the township office there where you have your mailbox, there's an education reimbursement for an employee for action in July. If there's any questions on that, contact me. There's been several questions about the newspaper delivery. We have published many times that especially in our newsletters, to contact me, and the individuals in our township have been gracious enough to give me several phone calls, or at least give me copies of papers that have been left in their area. I want to make you aware that there currently is litigation in Wayne County brought by the newspaper division trying to show that their constitutional rights are violated and that they have the opportunity and right to litter. More news as we get it. I thought it was interesting enough that we pass that on. The last bit of information is that Cindy, Dave, and myself, the BDA, and the engineers met on Liberty and Neff Road to see if we could pay, and Mr. Montague also met with us, to see if we could get some paving project done. The CDBG had given us a grant. The engineers had overwhelmed us with an excessive second estimate, making it impossible to complete the project without the cooperation of either the BDA, the engineers at the township or county, and even Mr. Montague. We were looking for money wherever we could get it to complete the project for paving. He's our only manufacturing organization within our township, and the purpose of the BDA obviously is to promote businesses in the area. We were trying to pave that road. As of yet, we have not come to a conclusion. We don't have the $32,000 extra that they've asked for. And we're in negotiations. That concludes my supervisor's report. Any questions on the information I passed on to the board? Hearing none. Item 13, sorry. Additions or changes to the agenda. Anybody have anything? Nothing. Correspondence. Michelle.
There are 5 pieces of correspondence in your board packets. The first is from the American Legion, wishing to recognize the board for their support of their annual copy program. The second item is a letter from Peter Dorr informing the board of the steps necessary to be compliant for the permit application of stormwater. Since receiving that recommendation, the township has submitted the application to the state and is awaiting a response. The third piece is from the Genesee County Road Commission. It's just a reminder of the rules regarding signs placed in the right-of-way. They ask that you follow the same rules, which would include not obstructing the clear vision at an intersection, and that they're removed after 30 days. They could be there no longer than 30 days. The fourth is a letter from Comcast informing the board of changes to some programming coming up. And the fifth item is a packet presented to us from our Dangerous Building Committee. They recently met on June 2nd regarding 2 properties in Vienna Township. Both of them have action, the property owners have informed the committee that they would be taking action to get them into compliance. So they've given them an extension, and will report back once that's complete.
Thank you, Michelle. Any questions on the correspondence? At this time, we've set aside some time for public comment. Hearing none, we'll go to new business. Item number 1, rezoning ordinance 424, final reading. 3289 Field Road from RU1 to C2. This was denied and planned.
Whose property is this?
That's the, what's it called, Crystal
Gardens.
Crystal Gardens.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask for a roll call vote. After I get the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt rezoning ordinance number 424.
Support.
We have a motion to support. Any discussion?
You said the planning commission turned this down, is this correct?
Correct.
What was their reasoning, about zoning or?
The minutes are on the back. The minutes are on the back.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I'm going to do a roll call vote.
In general, they've turned it down because they can use the property as they're intending as a special land use, and they don't need a rezoning, which goes against our master plan.
Thank you.
Would you like to read?
Excellent point. Roll call, please.
Cindy?
No.
Dave?
No.
Dennis?
No.
Frank?
No.
Nancy?
No.
Sue?
No.
Joe?
No.
Motion denied.
Thank you for the explanation. Item 2, Senior Services Millage Resolution 06-13-1610. For your information, in order to be in compliance with the contract that we have with the Genesee County Senior Services and with what Bruce was talking about earlier, this resolution is necessary to complete the paperwork to apply for our continued support from the county. It's not an increase in millage, it's not anything at all except acknowledging the fact that we're in compliance with the contract.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 06-13-16-10 for senior services millage resolution.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Dave?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Frank?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Motion carried.
At this time, we set aside time for public comment. Hearing none, I'll go to board comment. Anybody have any board comment?
No, not me.
Thank you for your time. We'll adjourn, and our next meeting is Monday, July 11th at 5:30 p.m. in this chamber. Thank you.